was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like a horse with blinkers.
Honestly say, I was about to have sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
This transport problem is affecting me in a very negative fashion. Gridlock on the highways or the freeways. Although I work a 9-hour day, I'm away from home up to 12 hours at some time. Spend less time with the family. Frustration and anger on the roads. I see accidents daily. But the train service has also got its own dangers. So I would sit in traffic, be frustrated and angry, and well, I have to come to work.
Every morning I take train to come to work. But I'm supposed to start at 7 o'clock in the morning. But every day I came 10 o'clock, 10:30 at work. You know what? The service from PRASA is very bad. Most of the people buy weeklies like me. I buy a monthly, but every time I come late. One day I'm gonna lose my job. You know why? Because of PRASA. If you don't have a ticket, they want to lock you up. But if you talk about the service, about the train, they don't understand you. Now why must you come every day late at work?
First of all, I'm really not happy with the public transport right now, as it is not reliable at all. And secondly, with the delays that it has, it causes you to be late for your job. Or for instance, since we're studying, so we get to be late into classes. And I think this is a big issue that the national government needs to readdress, especially now with the new appointed government, or a new appointed president. And I'm pretty sure that we have to have this resolved as to right now. We actually don't intend to be at a certain time in town. If you plan to be okay, so if you want to get to town earlier now, you need to leave your house very early to get to train on time. So it's really a big concern that needs to really readdressed by the national government at this point in time.
Ndisebenza ibus netex ukuze town. I-transport le nto sokuza in-affecta because funeka ndivuke earlier ngoku of which ndihamba kusebusuku kumnyama inandike risk kwi-life yam because andikho safe ndihamba ndodwa. So ke kuyan-affecta ngelo hlobo i-transport. Mna xa ndigodukayo in-affecta because andikwazi ufika on time, izinto funeka ndizenzile andikwazi uzenza because sekulate. Imini yam iba occupied sinyana.
Usually my city, there wasn't a lot of people last year. Yeah, well, so now since everyone is inconvenienced by your railway and the power cut out, and so now there are a lot of people. Now you have to stand in a long queue. You're tired from school. Now you're standing in a long queue and you wait to get on the bus, and still on the bus you still have to stand. Yeah, well, now you're tired and you still have to stand for another hour or two because there's traffic on N2. Now you can't do anything about it.
Since government officials are using public transport now, so it's affected because abantu abaqhuba itrain abanaxesha lethu because they know very well ba akho umuntu mhlawumbe ubalulekileyo apha who must be somewhere ngexesha elithile. Secondly, itrain zinelanuka zineline ezihamba kade. Umzekelo iline yaseStellenbosch. Ufumana itrain e1 ufumana enye after an hour, ufumana enye after an hour, and I think bayakhetha because you get in ezifana noma Khayelitsha whereby itrain ihamba for every 10 minutes, every 10 minutes, every 10 minutes. So in affecta ngolo hlobo mna i-public transport.
And the way taxis affect me in my area, well, they're always overloading the taxis and they always rushing somewhere, or they always want to beat another taxi somewhere, and they are reckless with their driving, and accidents happen so easily with taxis nowadays.
I like to put my input regarding the transport, and we have a very good infrastructure. I'm close to the railway line. At times I use the Cape Flats line. So we have the 0800 number, they give the schedule, and usually there is sometimes delays, but and a lot of times they are on time. And I think we are very fortunate We're one of the countries that has a solid infrastructure. We have a good road network as well. And when I use the minibus taxis, I sometimes experience some hurdles with regard to the traffic. It's very congested. And the peak hour, it starts like it starts earlier and it ends off later. So you have to also sometimes deal with the consideration of other drivers on the road.
So in terms of finance, I actually quite lose a lot of money for transport. I use about 500 Rand for about 3 weeks because now I need to have a monthly train ticket. That's about almost 200 Rand. And then I need to have money for the taxi also, just in case the train delays. And then I need to have because I spend 100 Rand a week per taxi to get here to town with the additional amount of the ticket that I have to have for the train also. So that's quite a lot of money that goes there. You know, I could have used that money for something else if the trains were more reliable.
So ngokube zihamba kahle nje itrain endon bengisebenza 137.50 ndithenga itikiti qha le week. So ngoku kufuneka ndikhethe ibhasi endaweni ekude kwi-station esikude efuna ndisebenzise imali yeteksi. So ngoku ndi-eda i-9 Rand extra kulaa mali every day. So approximately noma imali 250.
Now, okay, my company moves me up and about within Western Cape. I spend between 1,000 and 1,200 per month on fuel to get to work and back home.
Financially, it does have an impact. And with regard to driving also, we use more petrol when it's like in peak hour.
I travel with my city, but then my city prices, they vary sometimes during because of the peak hour and stuff. So sometimes the prices are high and then they become low. So I could load 150 and then 150 I won't tata throughout the week. Yeah, and then I started traveling with the Golden Arrow. Golden Arrow is like a fixed price because it stays the same, but then the traffic because it gets stuck and there's no it's not timed. Yeah, so it can arrive at any time at bus stop, which is an inconvenience. It takes is all right, but it's expensive because it's 8 Rand to go sightsee, and then you have to take out another 17 Rand to go town. Yeah, but so it's very expensive. Yeah,
we spend a lot of money in transport. That's why I encourage our citizens to use more sustainable transport, which is public. Because having to use, we can't afford, as students, we can't afford taxi on a daily basis because we're from different backgrounds.
The worst thing will have to be time, arriving late always. Is to arrive late always, and whether you arrive late as part, no one will ever understand about why you are late. It's like we are making up these stories, but that's the worst thing, to be late. And it's annoying to always be late, known for being late.
The worst thing endehlekeleyo ngoku for the transport. Xa ndikhwele ebhasini kuyapushwa. So ke ngoku ayenzekelanga mna but personal but ndiyibone isenzeka. Abantu bayapushana that kubekho umuntu owayo then bamnyathele bangamkhathaleli ngoku onantikayo kupushwanayo. So into embi leyo. So and absolutely life zethu just for us to go together.
The worst thing that has happened to me, and the number one reason I stopped using the trains, I jumped into a train one day. That was the turnaround point. I jumped in on the one side. Now the trains are so overloaded, the passengers keep the doors open. They pushed me right through the train to the other side. I had to hold on to the doors not to fall out of a moving train. That night I went home, I said to my wife, I'm going to find the extra $1,000 somewhere, but I'm going to use my own car. My life is much more important.
The worst thing what happened with me, one day I wake up, the train just moved forward. You know where did I wake up? In Heathview. I must walk to Deep River police station. And I must walk from there. There is no transport for me home. I must walk home. I come 3 o'clock in the morning at home. And 6 o'clock I must wake up again to come to work.
Well, I was almost in an accident about last year on my way to school. And then the second thing was a traffic cop pulled us over because the taxi was too overloaded. And then the driver had an excuse for saying, yeah, but He doesn't have enough space, but there is laptops. And the thing with laptops, it's not very comfortable, but you still have to pay for your seat at the end of the day.
The worst thing that happened to me is I'm arriving late at last. Okay, well, the worst one is like I got dropped in the trail in a railway station. And as to add, justify to that, with regards to time, I'm always late at last. I think this is due to traffic congestion that is occurring on a daily basis, especially during peak hours.
Well, the worst thing that has happened to me so far this year is that I've actually kind of missed the train. You know, it was supposed to be arriving at a certain time. When you get there and the train is not there, and they tell you that there's an issue with the platform. Now we had to go to a different platform, and that caused a whole lot delay, about 2 hours. Yeah, that was really hectic and the worst experience that I've experienced thus far this year.
The worst thing is that ban phume elesikolweni phume 12:30 but ibhasi nizayifumana yekafo phinde lahlekelwe nayifone after late nayizolo elinye lahlekelwe iticket lami apha ebhasini ngombusho libisenza yes affect ke wona lonto silahlekela amatikiti and bile lenyanga so abazali bethu funeka bemane bekhuphe imali but still siyalahlekelwa zizinto ebhasini.
I-fault ka-Metro Rail no PRASA because abayenzi into about le situation of it is passengers zabo is. So babona bayalungisa yonke lento ye-train into then obviously so ba better yonke. Ingalungiswa ngoba Metro Rail ayenze into about i-transport mhlambi aba-organizele i-transport enye abantu bakhe elihlobo eqhela ukwenza ngala sebenzise inanteka i-long distance buses ogqiba bathuthe ngazo then izoba better because ngoku akayenzi nix. So yes, affect badly long.
It's very difficult to fix this problem, but it depends on the government if they have a solution to put another metro rail for this way to Cape Town, Parklands or Killarney Garden is a good for all people.
Well, I actually do not want to point figures, but I think that if Metro Rail can be consistent and be reliable to its commuters, we'll have more satisfied and happy customers and overall. So it's a bit of a challenge or an issue that needs to be addressed basically by the Metro Rail.
I'll tell you who is to blame. Us people using the transport system. We are to blame. We must take matters more seriously, and I'm going to tell you the solution to the problem. We should make it illegal for ordinary citizens to own copper unless you can explain to the police why you have that copper in your possession or a receipt where you purchased the copper. Same as gold and diamonds. I mean, I can't walk down the street with gold and diamonds in my pocket. It must be the same with copper because the number one reason transport is the way it is vandalism, copper theft. That's it. There the problem stops.
You see our people, we can't fix that problem, no? But the people who can fix that problem is PRASA. They are the people who are responsible, for all this stuff. They must fix it.
And for us as a community to stand together. So if somebody makes a hole in the boat in search of water and nobody stops them, then we're all going to drown. And that seems to be happening now. We need to be vigilant, report to the authorities any irregularities and vandalism and theft, so that we can have a greater prosperity in South Africa as a whole.
Yazi, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.